and welcome to BizNews. I'm Elizabeth Lee, together with Tony Lopez.
Good evening, Beth.
Tonight we have for our guests the powerhouse of PEZA, the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, Director General Lilia de Lima. Actually, I want to drop the director and just call you General. General.
I won't mind.
we won't correct that. Okay. And we have Mr. Ramm, who is the General Manager of Continental Electronics. And we have here also Mr. Tsuru, who is the President of Ramm Electronic Philippines Inc.
Hi.
And then we have interpreter, Mr. Winnie Kapilitan. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on our show.
Always our pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, last year, DG de Lima, last year we were tagged as the rising tiger of Asia. Are we the rising tiger of Asia?
Very much so. Maybe a fighting tiger of Asia. Yeah.
Given PEZA's actually...
Why do you say so?
No, because really, when you think Asia now is, people look at Asia for the market. And when you think Asia, you can't leave out the ASEAN. When you think ASEAN, no one can beat the Philippines on what it can offer to investors. So we are really fighting it out there.
So what does the Philippines offer?
The Philippines offers strategic location,
English language.
The best. I think this gentleman will not disagree with me. It can offer the best workers there is.
Yes.
English speaking, easy to train. We just had the celebration of Labor Day yesterday, and we visited President Benigno Aquino III visited three companies that train people. And we want more companies to train workers.
Yeah.
And if we could train this over 1 million Filipinos who graduate to the labor force annually, that is really a mighty...
And industrial peace, that's very significant, no?
That's very
significant. We had no strike in recent years.
Yes. For the past, in 2011, for example, we had only 2 strikes for the whole year.
Yeah.
In PEZA, for the past 9 years, we had only 3 strikes
9 years.
among 3,200 companies.
In 9 years time.
In 9 years' time.
And if you compare that, DG de Lima, to other ASEAN countries, just to give it...
Yes, I can mention because it's a fact. In Vietnam, in 2011, they had 857 strikes. Indonesia had, how many? Two nationwide general strikes in 2012. Thailand also many labor problems. So we are enjoying very good industrial peace. And I think even Northern and Central European countries now are looking at the Philippines.
3 strikes in 3,300 days.
And
only 3 strikes in 3,300 working days.
3,300. You're very fast. I didn't know that.
365 days times 9.
Okay. Okay.
3,200,
3,300.
and we are now in the second quarter.
3,300 working days among 3,200 companies.
Yeah.
Where can you find that?
Yeah. DG de Lima, what are the investments now? You actually grew for the first 4 months.
Well, we are really
strongly
pushing for manufacturing. I think we were slow in the recent past, but last year and this year we are strongly pushing for manufacturing, where we can hire more C, D, and E classes so that we can have inclusive growth.
Yes.
The President, in his visit in Laguna on Labor Day, mentioned gains in manufacturing, which he said are better than his previous
predecessor.
His predecessors.
Oh yes, I don't. Sorry, I cannot segregate manufacturing and IT.
Yeah.
But the 2.7+ trillion investments for the past 19 years in PEZA economic zones.
It's mostly manufacturing.
40.5% of this came during the 3 years and 9 months of President Aquino.
40,
and
45%.
Yes, 40.5%. And a good number of that is into manufacturing because they are very capital intensive. They build multi-million facilities.
Almost 1 trillion pesos. No?
Yes, almost 1 trillion. Ask Mr. Tsuru-san and Mr. Ramm Detlev. They have to build factories that will last for 100 years. and very, very good, very nice
Von
factories.
Ramm here, you're a major manufacturer of auto parts, electronic parts. What do you make in particular?
What kind of automotive parts do you make here in the Philippines? They're very critical, actually.
Continental as a brand is one of the biggest automotive suppliers worldwide. We are having 2 manufacturing plants here on the Philippines. One is roughly 40 years old, and the other one in Laguna is 10 years old now, and we are producing sensor systems for brake application, for driver assistance systems, and stability management control units. We have roughly 1,500 employees here on the Philippines, and we are expecting a growing business.
And you supply the critical part of this. The beautiful thing is you're actually manufacturing it here. And you supply globally how many of the brands?
So to speak, we are supplying all major passenger car manufacturing companies worldwide, in Asia, in China, in India, in Europe, all the big car manufacturers, as well as in North America.
In other words, nearly every car that runs on the road today has your part.
I would say yes. Basically, every car is supplied with one or few or many of our systems.
Without the parts you export or manufacture in the Philippines, the car will go crazy, become unstable and unsafe.
Yes.
Yeah. Safety on the road, clean power, these are the major trends that Continental is supporting here.
Clean power. You
Clean
also
power,
clean the
yes.
fuel that
In the
fed to
fuel
the engine.
consumption, fuel injection, and exhaust systems.
What is your total investment so far? Because you've expanded also.
The core investment goes into sensor systems, where we started the new facility a couple of years ago in Calamba, Laguna, and we are expecting now a new major investment going into the radar business.
radar
Yeah.
for cars.
For cars.
For cars.
Absolutely for cars. First project will be the back rear camera, which will supply it for the big Asian brands here.
Radar so that the car will not go into collision or can park itself.
What's the application for the radar?
So you can
First
locate your
radar
car if it is
application
carnap.
will be the backboard rear mirroring to avoid any collision with
collision,
pedestrians from the backwards moving out of a parking slot, to protect from that. And then we go in the front radar system to look forward and to make braking more safety and giving the driver more information what is happening in the traffic in front.
Johnny, I'd just like to interject. When you say that these cars will go crazy if they didn't hit the parts of Continental Temic, I am going to say this, we should be very proud that all these cars that travel all over the world, there's something in there proudly made in the Philippines.
Yes.
Filipino labor and expertise.
And expertise.
They wouldn't be moving without those parts that's made here.
Because of
Yes.
that, the cars that he supplies are more intelligent than humans in many ways, no?
That is actually, in fact, our vision.
Yeah.
Automated driving.
Make them more intelligent than humans.
We are currently challenging and developing, and I'm quite confident in the year 2020 we will have the first automated driving cars available on the market.
So no more
Excellent.
drunk driving and crazy driving.
I actually visited their facility in Germany, and I was very, very
Germany,
impressed.
yeah.
Yes.
Did the president see his facilities yesterday?
No, because
May 1?
yesterday the president visited the training centers
training center.
inside the economic zones.
All right, we're going to continue this discussion. We'll be right back. You're watching BizNews.
Chichi. Tsuru-san, your company is a prize-winning manufacturer and exporter in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I would like to know, why did you come to the Philippines to make your products?
はい、これはデリマさんも話されましたけど、私たちが投資した3つのポイントがあります。
So as Director General de Lima mentioned earlier, actually we have three main reasons as to why we invested in the Philippines.
はい、まず一つは労働力、人です。フィリピン人です。
The first is the people, the workforce, the Filipino people.
非常に優秀だと思っております。
We think that the Filipinos are very excellent when it comes to work.
で、2番目は地理的な優位性です。
And the second reason is the strategic geographical location.
Of the Philippines.
このフィリピンは中国にも日本にもタイにもマレーシアにもベトナムにも全て3時間から4時間に行ける非常にいい地理的な優位性を持っています。
So if we consider the distance from the Philippines to China, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and including Japan, basically they could be reached within 3 hours.
で、最後の3番目のポイントはPEZAの優遇税制です。
And then the third reason is PEZA's preferential tax treatment.
これは非常にフィリピンがアジアの競争に勝つためにはこの優遇税制は非常に力がある、非常に優位になると思います。
So when it comes to the competition within the Asian region, we believe that the preferential tax treatment given by PEZA would become a very important factor.
The best. Daichi.
私どものグループでは韓国、タイ、マレーシア、日本、いろんなところに工場がありますが、一番、税制的に有利なのはフィリピンです。
We have other manufacturing sites in our group, and they are located in Thailand, Malaysia, and Korea, even in China. But the best when it comes to the tax treatment is here in the Philippines.
Number one, Ichiban, Philippines.
いや、
Ichiban. And
ただ
the
ちょっと
service.
電力量が高いです。
But what we could say here is the electricity cost. It's
The electricity cost. It's a big problem. Big problem.
ただそういった意味でフィリピンが投資には一番適している国だと私は信じています。
So when it comes to making investments, we believe that the Philippines is the best location for investments.
But DG De Lima tries to solve your electricity problem. Your own power plant, no?
Now, what we will do is, because of the now open access, we will be pooling their electricity requirements, and we will be helping them negotiate.
You need at least 1 megawatt.
Yes,
no?
yes,
1 megawatt.
1 megawatt, yes.
Yeah.
We will combine and then help negotiate.
So she will
with
take
the
care of you.
generators.
She's the best
Yeah.
in government in the Philippines.
Yes.
Bar none.
Apart from the tax treatment, how does corruption play also in terms of investments, expansion of investments in the country? Because given ASEAN integration, how will that affect now the expansion of your company?
具体的な数字はちょっとあれですけど、大きくまとめて言うとタイとか、コリアンに比べて私たちの工場で10億円のメリットがあります。すいません、私たちがきちっとした法的手続きを踏んだら政府も悪いことはしないと信じています。で、デリマさんを筆頭に非常にクリーンなガバメントの人たちだと。私たちは1989年に設立されましたけど、それ以降一切そういった賄賂とかそういったことはありませんでした。
So when it comes to government practices, shall we say, since our establishment in 1989, we have never experienced corruption or other, shall we say, poor services from the government, as long as we are doing our part in making our or in following the procedures or the proceedings that are required from us. We believe that there would be no corruption or other malpractices that could be encountered.
So it is true there's zero corruption in PEZA?
Yes. 私たちがきちんとしていれば、法律を守っていればありません。
So as long as we follow everything, we believe that there would be no problems at all.
So, DG De Lima, on the corruption, actually also on ASEAN, We're going to have an ASEAN integration. How do we now distinguish ourselves as an alternate investment destination from our ASEAN neighbors?
Yes. You know, when integration happens, the cutting edge will be service.
Service.
And so if no one can beat our service, then we are far better in promoting investments into the country.
And no one can beat PEZA service.
No one can beat PEZA service.
Yes, yeah.
And
No
I
red
tell
tape.
that
No red tape.
no red tape,
Only red carpet.
red carpet treatment, and no corruption.
Zero corruption.
Zero corruption.
Yeah.
Or maybe there is. So I tell them, please just let me know, and out they go. That will make us different, because when
That's our competitive edge.
that will be our competitive edge, and our people.
Yeah.
Of course, our people. Of course, our people may go to other countries, but as we all know, they'd rather stay here if they'll find jobs here. So, for as long as we continue having this well-trained workforce, that's why government now is strongly pushing. TESDA has been supporting the training of workers. Then we have well-trained workforce, English speaking, no corruption. That's our cutting edge.
Yeah. Going back to Tsuru-san, what do you manufacture in the Philippines actually?
私たちはコンピューターのパーツを作っています。例えば LSI、ラージスケール IC、そして、マイクロチップレジスター&トランジスター、いわゆるこういった携帯電話、オートモーティブ、それとゲームとか家電製品、いろんなものに、使われているコンピューターのパーツを作っています。
So basically, our products are geared towards gaming, computers, even the cell phones that we are using, automotive parts. For that, we are manufacturing large-scale ICs, transistors, and microchip resistors.
So the resistors you call capacitors?
Yeah, microchip resistors.
Microchip. The resistors are the ones that give power or brain to the microchip. What is a resistor?
抵抗、これは難しいな。これ抵抗値を制御するものになります。いわゆるオームとかそういう単位で抵抗値を制御する。
Basically, resistors regulate the resistance that are measured in ohms in the electrical circuit. So basically, it controls or regulates the flow.
So to avoid overload, so that the microchip can do its job.
そうですね。はい。
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How much has been the export of Ramm, say in 2013 alone? $300 million?
Well, I think with one of the, from DG de Lima, I think Ramm Electronics actually exported $620 million in exports.
Yes.
620, that's very big, huh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. In 1 year alone.
1 year. January to March, $142 million.
142. And the buyers of his exports are what countries? What countries?
全世界まず日本に出します。で日本から全世界に行きます。
Japan.
Yes, basically, we ship our products to Japan, and then from there, they are distributed worldwide.
So very good. Then this year, how is the outlook for export?
私たちの工場は非常に忙しく、従業員数もだいぶ増やして今3900人ぐらいになりました。
Okay, so our outlook is bright for the coming year, and even our number of employees has been increased to 3,900.
From 3,200.
はい、そのぐらい。
So you'll increase by 700?
Yeah, はい。
Oh, that's very good. Very good.
That's directly employed.
Directly, yeah.
Then indirectly, you multiply that. This is electronics. You multiply that the
Time is what?
normally
5?
times 8 normally.
Times 8?
Just multiply it by 5.
So times 8, that's 25,000 people.
Yes.
25,000 people.
Jobs created directly and indirectly.
All right, we're going to continue this discussion. We'll be right back. You're watching BizNews. Welcome back. Mr. Von Ramm, what is the growth of the auto industry, global auto industry growth that you're looking at? Because that means growth for you also.
What we are currently expecting is a growth of roughly 5% year over year in the worldwide automotive production. Continental is expecting to grow a little bit stronger than the market at all, because we have some very competitive and very future developments which we are bringing and introducing into the market. For example, the radar business.
Radar business. Is a radar business unique in the Philippines that you manufacture, or you also make it in other countries?
The current manufacturing is established in Europe and in North America for those markets. And now, end of this year, we will be investing here in the Philippines for the Asian branch.
For the Asian.
I like
so
that.
Philippines becomes the Asian hub for your radar, auto radar.
Exactly. That will be here established in the Philippines.
Why did you pick Philippines?
The Philippines are providing a very competitive manufacturing environment. The support and the guidelines provided by PEZA are a perfect environment.
Perfect.
To manufacture for the automotive industry. The support is really great and providing us as an investor what we need to have in the background.
How much will you invest for the auto radar business?
That is
Secret.
a good and interesting question. I know the number, but please understand that I do not want to publish it here.
You have been operating in PEZA for how many years? Since what year?
The
For the first
original
company.
start of our company is 40 years ago.
40.
The Philippines?
In the Philippines, yes. And since that time, we are growing, and since the very beginning, how many years? 18 years, 19 years.
19 years in
we
PEZA.
are within PEZA. We are cooperating with PEZA, and enjoying that environment.
18 years inside PEZA.
Yes.
And since 18 years ago, your operations expanded what? 20 times? 2,000%?
Let us say 10%.
10%.
10%.
But now you have two companies.
We have two
10% per year.
operations
10%
running.
year on year, your expansion
They have been
in the last 18 years.
Yes.
Yes.
So 10%, that means 1,800%. 18 times.
Roughly, so to speak, if
You're
you
very good
calculate
business,
all the
Galing nito.
You're a very good business.
The growth.
Yeah. So your auto electronics manufacturing is one of the biggest in the world, in the Philippines.
Worldwide, we are one of the biggest.
The
suppliers.
Philippine operation.
For the Philippines, we have a good portion which we are producing here.
Good portion means 1/3 like that of the business.
No, it's way less. Overall, Continental is making sales of 33 billion euros.
And how much comes from the Philippines?
Let me say 2 to 3% of that.
30. Oh, you make about $7 billion a year.
So there's still
still a
enough
lot
You
room.
make about
room for
$7 billion
growth,
a year sales.
I'm not supposed to talk. Please understand, that is one of our corporate guidelines.
But still, having said that, there's still a lot of room for growth because
Yes.
you're actually looking at some of the trends and innovation that you're starting here with it.
There is a lot of room to grow, and the competitiveness here in Asia is very positive to grow in the Philippines compared to other Asian countries.
Very positive, very positive.
Yes. We have quite stable cost development.
In the Philippines.
The salary increases are moderate compared to other countries.
Yeah.
The retention is great. The fluctuation is not as it is in other countries. And so we can develop here more technology and more experience.
You mean you have very low turnover of employees? Only 2% a year?
Very low turnover.
No one resigns.
No one resigns.
And goes
We
to
try
the competitor.
to provide our people a perfect working environment.
How many do you employ?
As I said, roughly 1,500 here on the Philippines.
1,500
Yes.
people.
DG, for PEZA, you hit over the 1 million mark of employment.
Yes.
And most of the people actually come from where? Because there's a lot of people that are moving overseas, taking jobs
The
overseas.
turnover in the manufacturing sector is less than 2%. In the IT sector, it's about 12%. So it's very
So
low.
manufacturing is very stable.
Very stable, very stable.
Because the implication of that is you don't lose training costs.
Yes.
The guy you train is with you. You
Yes.
recover his training costs. And you don't lose expertise. You also don't lose technology. Because you retain the guy.
Yes. I've been attending anniversaries, 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary
Of your locators.
of the locators, and many of them are still there. The
You
originals
must be one
are
of the
still
oldest
there.
locators, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
even before PEZA, they were here. Then they transferred inside PEZA and then built
He must have
another
been here when he was still
two
a bachelor.
facilities. No, I think he worked in America or in Europe.
How is living in the Philippines, Ram?
Actually, I like it very much. I'm here now since 6 years. And I already extended my contract twice.
Twice.
I think that is the real answer to the question.
You mean your contract's only every 2 years?
3 years.
Every 3 years?
Every 3 years.
Why you like it here? What first, business is good.
The business opportunities are good. The development of the company is good.
Yeah.
The working environment is very motivating with the people. The communication is good. They are talented. They are hardworking, and this inspires me to stay here.
And it's more fun here, Mr.
It's
Bond.
more
Go
fun in
back
the
to
Philippines.
Tsuru. I will go back to Tsuru-san.
Hi.
What in particular do you like in the Philippines as a businessman?
Businessman to stay.
Tanungin mo kung gaano nakatagal dito.
And how long,
Personally,
have you been here?
You love playing golf in the Philippines?
ゴルフはしません。I not play golf 私は1989年の12月に初めてフィリピンに来ました。
Okay, so the first time that he came here to the Philippines was way back in 1989,
89,
ディセンバー
December
で、
1989.
着いた翌日に
after the coup d'etat.
違う、着いた次の日にクーデターにあって私はリッツタワーで軟禁されました。
And then after that, because of the coup d'etat,
Yeah.
he was basically quarantined,
Yeah,
shall we
okay.
say, in Ritz Tower.
Yeah.
でその経験があってフィリピンって怖い国かなと思ってたんですけど、それから1年間フィリピンに滞在してフィリピンのいいところというのを非常に感じました。
So initially, I thought the Philippines was a, shall we say, dangerous place to stay.
Yeah.
But after a year of staying here in the Philippines, I have come to know the good or the better side of the Philippines, and I came to like the Philippines.
着いた翌日に軟禁されてバツーカ砲とか機関銃とかだんだん私たちの今度から撃ってました。でそれを見た後はフィリピンで怖いものはなくなりました。
So even if there were gunshots going
Gunfire.
the next day
Yeah.
of his arrival, it was scary at first, but later on it basically dissipated.
で一番怖いことを経験したんでそれ以降は全く怖くありません。
Okay, so since he experienced the scariest moment, shall we say, so the succeeding days, shall we say, were no problem at all.
No problem.
So he has been Filipinized. All right, we're going to cut a short break. You're watching BizNews. We'll be right back.
Say he survived.
Welcome back. Now, DG de Lima, You actually present awards
Yes.
for several of the companies, and we have Hall of Famers here now
Yes,
with
yes.
Mr. Von Ramm and Mr. Tsuru. We're starting with Mr. Von Ramm. What were the awards that you were given?
Actually, it's third time that we got awarded, and we are very pleased and proud that we have been awarded this year for outstanding community projects.
What does that mean?
That is one of my...
I will interject. Outstanding community project. This is the most highly contested. These are the CSR projects of companies inside PEZA. And so many of them are nominated because there's so many doing
That
a
means
lot
your
of...
investors love their communities.
Oh, yes.
And their people.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So,
What's the nature of your community service project?
Our corporation has a big interest, and it's one of our corporate policies to be or to take corporate social responsibility very, very serious. And that is also kind of my personal attitude of how to work and make business in relation to corporate social responsibility. Last year, our biggest effort or our biggest project was the immediate support in regards to the Yolanda typhoon.
Yolanda.
Our corporation made an immediate donation of $200,000 to Yolanda funds, and we in Calamba, we were putting together with more than 100 employees 2,000 boxes of donations, selected donations to support the victims. The content of these boxes was designed together with the Philippine Red Cross, and within a couple of days we put these boxes together, loaded them on a truck, and brought them with a United Nations convoy immediately into the region.
What were
wonderful.
included in the boxes?
There was canned food, there were biscuits, there were sanitary supplies like toothbrushes, like soap included. All what the Red Cross has defined what makes most sense to support the people. Even plastic bags and stuff like that.
And that's in addition to the 9 million you donated.
Yes.
As cash. Yeah. How about you, Tsuru-san? How is your community service project? What are these?
私たちは、1989年に設立されて、それから、大きな活動はできませんけど、小さな活動をずっと続けて、PEZA の方からたくさんの表彰をいただいております。
So since our establishment in 1989, we have made, shall we say, small but numerous projects, and for this we have been recognized by PEZA and been awarded.
What are these projects, Winnie?
これを称してもいいかな。
Your most favorite project, what would that be?
They are a Hall of
yes.
Famer.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. That means they have been awarded several times.
ヨランダ。
Yolanda Rescue and Rehabilitation.
Yes.
What else? How about the long-term projects?
ロングタイムは、地域、カルモナの地域にずっと継続して、医療支援、子どもたちへの
Chicken?
支援、医療と栄養、子どもたちへの医療支援、栄養サポート、そして、学校等への環境教育などです。
Okay, so basically, since we are located in Carmona, our community projects are catering to the needs of the community. And so we have medical missions, we have nutrition support programs, education support programs, and environmental awareness also.
How much do they spend for CSR every year?
エブリアだいたい300円、300,000円ぐらいです。
Shows that 3 million?
yen.
3 million?
No.
So $300,000.
No.
100,000 yen.
円で、例えばヨランダの時には1000万円寄付をしました。
This one is 10 million
10
yen.
million yen.
That's $100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
$100,000.
Yolanda. Then Ondoy, at Ondoy.
Ondoy also.
Yeah.
Ondo, you gave
Delima-san.
3 million.
Yeah.
3 million
Yeah.
yen.
Yeah.
But you were also awarded for environmental performance.
You're a
What
Hall
does
of
that mean?
Famer sila.
Yeah. What does that mean, environmental performance? What does that mean?
That means
Vijay
that
Delima?
these are the companies that support zero waste and cleaning of the environment. Their cleanup maybe of mga rivers, planting trees, etc., etc. For environment.
For environment.
So if we may add, we are doing the cleanup activities, we are doing the tree planting, the fish seeding, and of course the...
Fish seedling saan?
In Carmona.
それを毎年毎年続けることがその地域の環境の改善につながっていると思っています。
And then basically since we are doing this for continuously, we believe that this has helped the environment in the community.
Yeah.
それで総理
So you have a long-term commitment to our environment.
だからヨランダの台風の時もたくさんの寄付をしましたし、私どもクリスマスパーティーも中止をしました。でただ今4月になって5月になってみんな忘れてると思うんですけど、私たちはまた拓郎湾に行って学用品を寄付してこようと思っています。
Okay, so of course we also gave donations during the Yolanda typhoon, and for that we gave sizable, shall we say, amount and quantity of goods during that time. But now that it is May, some of us may have already forgotten or have gotten over the effects of Yolanda, but we have not. We intend to continue giving to the victims, and actually this month we are intending to go to the elementary schools of Tacloban to give out the school supplies and other
School supplies.
Wonderful.
よければ一緒に行きましょう。
And since this is a good opportunity, maybe we could invite you to come along.
But for the Filipinos, we have to say arigatou gozaimasu.
Maraming salamat po. Walang animang.
Pero DG, looking forward, what have been the big investments that are trying to come in?
Well, essentially, still manufacturing.
Still manufacturing.
The biggest investors really are manufacturing.
We are now being seen in Asia as a major manufacturing hub.
Oh, yes.
Because
yes.
the experience in Thailand, there was
Yes.
flooding,
Yes.
and they always attack their airport, no? There's always restiveness. So it's not good to put your egg in
All
one
in
basket.
one basket.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And Philippines offers a good alternative.
This is, in fact, the philosophy of most companies, risk management.
Yeah, rich management. Yeah.
And so they put up, if they're worldwide, they put up in several places.
Yeah, yeah.
But as I will repeat, in Asia, in ASEAN,
Yeah.
we have the best offer.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And do they reinvest? Because they don't repay.
Oh, thank you for that
repatriate
question. In fact, in PEZA economic zones,
Repeat
annually,
businesses,
annually,
repeat investors.
more than 50% of the investments are reinvestments by companies like Continental,
More than
Temic,
half of the
like Ramm
investments
Electronics.
are repeat investments.
Are repeat investments,
Yeah,
yes.
That means business is good,
speaks
and
a
the
lot
climate is good.
about
Yeah.
their confidence
Yeah.
in
And PEZA
investing.
is good. No?
Yes, thank you.
So this year, your targets, ma'am?
Still, 10%.
10% growth.
We don't want single-digit growth. We always
double-digit,
aspire for double-digit growth.
10% growth in investments, employment
And exports. Yes.
10, 10, 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to continue this discussion. We'll be right back. You're watching BizNews. Welcome back. DJ De Lima, which industries have the most potential for growth?
Oh, thank you for the question. You know, we are looking at really pushing for the manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector, electronics, and automotive, the automotive sector. Also aerospace, parts for planes, and even shipbuilding. Although shipbuilding is down, but we want to be prepared. And also, of course, the IT sector continues to grow. And not just growth, but also going to the next level and the next level.
And manufacturing is really the way to go to develop our industries.
That's
You
yes.
have to process materials, export them, or consume them here in the Philippines.
Yes. And the beauty of
And
that
you
is
said manufacturing turnover is only 2%.
It's only
Unlike in
2%.
the call center, turnover is what, 12%?
12%. Yes.
And labor cost is lower also relatively.
Oh, not really
And
low.
our engineers are very
but,
good, huh? Ram? Our engineers are very good in manufacturing.
The engineers are quite well educated. In some cases, we are partnering with local universities, for example, in Canlubang with Don Bosco, to educate and to design their education according to our manufacturing needs. We are providing scholarships every year for roughly 15 students in the electronic manufacturing sector.
And you guarantee them employment as long as they are your scholars.
Absolutely, all of them, which are, and up to now, they are all were able to complete their education successfully. They all got an engineering career opportunity in our company.
After they graduate from Don Bosco, how much salary do they make a month?
In the engineering sector, I think
$500?
30,000, 35,000.
$30,000, or more than $500.
Yeah.
Very
That's
good.
after
huh?
That's
graduation.
very good.
And they have potential to grow. Several of them we are currently educating and training in Germany,
In
actually.
Germany,
For
how
6
many
months.
over the years, the last 18 years?
How many
How many
scholars?
have you sent to Germany?
Over 18. That is a difficult question.
Because he was sent here
15
before.
I
times
think
18.
200, 300.
200, very good.
I think 10, 15 every year we are sending for training.
So there's a transfer of technology
Yes.
and skill and experience.
Even to North America.
Yeah.
And some are getting even a permanent job opportunity in North America or in Europe.
You send them to Europe and
As
America.
part,
and
of,
they stay
as part
there.
of your company,
So they
right?
become expats. No?
Yes.
How about you, Tsuru-san? How do you train your people? How good is your training program for them?
そうですね、私どもは日本の企業なので、だいたい毎月、今も20人ぐらいの日本へ、フィリピンのエンジニアを派遣しています。これがだいたい25年間続いています。
Okay, so since we are a Japanese company, we basically send our engineers to Japan, and basically at this time there are about 20
20,
engineers.
Filipino engineers.
それがずっと25年間続いています。
And
How
then,
good are Filipino engineers, Winnie?
Yes, to continue, the 20 persons a year has been continuing for about
エブリデイまあ、特に20人がずっと続いています。
The 20 is basically on a rolling basis. So there are 20 persons always.
So you have trained also about 300 engineers in Japan?
Yeah.
About 300?
400 something.
400?
Totally.
400. How good is the Filipino engineer?
フィリピンのエンジニアも非常に優秀です。ただいろんな学ぶ機会が少ない。だから日本に行って新しい技術を学べばそれをちゃんと生かすことができます。
Okay, so the Filipinos themselves, ourselves, are good, are excellent. But when it comes to the opportunity of learning, basically that's where we are, shall we say, lacking.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why we are sending them to Japan to assimilate more knowledge and technology which they could bring back to us.
Yeah.
特に半導体の業界は新しいニューテクノロジーをいかに身につけるかが重要で、その競争に勝っていかないといけませんので、フィリピン人もどんどん日本に勉強させています。
Especially for our semiconductor industry, this is an ever-changing or ever-evolving
Dynamic.
field. No? So we have to catch up or be ahead, no, in the field, so that we could win over the competition.
Final words, DG.
Yeah.
Final words.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations,
No, thank
Very
you.
good work.
Thank you very much again for this opportunity, because Many people don't know that there's so much opportunities in manufacturing, even in agri-industrial
the
projects.
Filipino workers good, the Filipino engineers good, and the language of computers and machinery manuals is in English, and the Filipino knows it best.
And
So
our
what can we
competitive
expect?
edge is our Filipino people, the Filipino workers. They're among the best.
And what can we expect for this year?
This year, still fighting tiger.
And no corruption.
No
Zero
corruption. Zero corruption. We continue to grow.
And
We'll ask German investors, Japanese investors, please tell their friends to come here. They have the best business environment here in PEZA economic zones.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being on our show. You've watched another episode of Biz News. I'm Elizabeth Lee together with Tony Lopez. See us every Monday at 7 p.m. We'll see you again next week. Have a good night. God bless. Thanks for watching.